Hey, welcome back to Better Than Yourself. Today on Better Than Yourself, cured egg yolks. What the hell are cured egg yolks, John? Yeah, I know. Actually, they sound weird, but they're really good. Cured egg yolks, you can use in place of Parmesan. You can make cured egg yolks and kind of like you'd use Parmesan over a little bit of pasta, do a little bit of a grating over some, like over a salad or over a soup. Any place where you need like a nice little blast of saltiness and a whole bunch of flavor, a whole bunch of just umami that, you know, your dinner guests are gonna be able to place. It's a cured egg yolk. And they're really super simple to make. They take a while, but they're super simple to make. Let me show you what you need to do to get some cured egg yolks going on. Essentially, you just need a little plastic box. This is just a Gladware container. A bunch of kosher salt or sea salt or whatever you like to use. Just cheap salt, basically. You can use iodized salt. I always tell you don't use iodized salt for anything. I don't care this time. We're just gonna do salt, I'm gonna call it. And then a couple of eggs. What we're gonna do is make a bed of the salt in your little plastic Tupperware box, in your Gladware box, and then take one of the eggs and do a couple of little sort of divots here into the salt. And what that's going to do is it's going to hold the egg yolks, and we're going to dry our egg yolks in these little spots. To separate the eggs, wash your hands, wash the eggs. It's really, just some hot soapy water, wash your hands. The worst part of the eggs is really on the outside. When they pasteurize eggs, that's what they're doing, is they're basically pasteurizing outside of the egg. So clean hands, clean eggshells, a good hard swat, and a lot of people have you passing this delicate little egg back and forth between this cut shell. I don't buy it. Nice, gentle handling of that yolk. I don't want to snag my baby yolk here on that sharp eggshell edge. So again, just break the egg into a bowl, catch the whole thing in your hand, and then just down between your fingers. Let the white go out, save off the yolk, and right into your little nest. Now from here we've got our eggs all nestled in their plastic, and we're just going to do a little sprinkle of salt right across the top. And basically cover them up. Alright? This goes into the fridge for a couple of weeks. Leave the lid off it. We're going to dry the eggs out. The salt's going to suck a huge amount of moisture out of the egg yolks, but just in the back of the fridge, someplace cooled, where these are going to need to be preserved for some time until the moisture gets sucked out of the eggs. Once the moisture is gone out of the eggs, they're not a food hazard anymore. They're safe to eat because there's no moisture in them. Bacteria and the pathogens need moisture to survive, and without moisture, you can eat things. So if you suck you make beef jerky, you dry salt fishes, you do these different preservation techniques. What I'm doing here is preserved eggs. We're basically doing a salt preserved egg, and in a couple of weeks we'll have some delicious, let's call it Parmesan cheese substitute. Here, let's get this in the fridge, and let me see you next month. Take care, guys. And here's the finished product. Look at these little guys. They were super tender little yolks. Now they're just little pucks. They are pretty hard. They are almost like cheese inside. And but these are definitely done. There's no hint of real moisture in there. But the real magic is just take one of these guys, wipe all the salt off it, because they're gonna be a little salty, like Parmesan cheese or something like that. They are very salty. So if you're planning on using one of these in your dishes, this is your salt replacement right here. Kind of like the preserved lemons people do. This is the same kind of thing. But grab your, imagine some nice pasta here with a little grater. And you get this beautiful color. A little bit of this on top of a salad, or maybe shaved into a soup. And so look at that gorgeous color. A little taste. And it really, to taste it, well, once you get past the salt, you really, probably, you can even, if the salt is a little too much, rinse one off. Take this looks like a little bit more crusted salt. So anything like this, break this off of here and get that little extra bit of salt off, and then give it a rinse. And dry it with a paper towel. The other thing you can do, I've seen people, they'll make these, they'll rinse them all off, get them to this point, and then literally just put them in the oven at about 200 degrees for about 5 minutes. Just in case you don't believe me and these aren't food safe, go ahead and bake them. Just a quick, 5-minute bake, and just to, make sure they come up to 165 degrees like good eggs should. And then once they're nice and dry, and you can give them a grate, and you've got basically a delicious cheese substitute that I can think of 100 uses for. But that's your salt cured eggs. Enjoy, guys. See you next time.